Hey guys, Eric here. Happy Labor Day. Figured I'd just make a random video. I'm trying to post more, upload a bit more, be more consistent. Just hanging out here in my man cave, aka the basement. I figured, I was thinking about what should I make a video about, like some ideas. I know there's so many investment channels. This is not really an investment channel in particular. I kind of just do whatever the hell I want to do. There's no really specific way I'm going with things. Um, just whatever's on my mind. I felt like making a video today, just speaking about how I grew up with Pokemon, um, how it was for me when I was younger, just where am I at now, what I'm doing now in terms of what I'm buying, or you know, 'cause I do a little bit of everything, buying sealed, started vending as well, um, and just some regrets I had in terms of Pokemon and mistakes I made. So I'll start. It might be long video, might be short. I don't know. Who knows? Whenever I'm done talking, but hopefully I don't bore you. But I'll start when I was younger. I mean, I grew up with base set. I'm 36, going on 37. Um, yeah, I remember Pokemon coming out. And I used to watch the cartoons. I believe in the morning before going to school, if I remember correctly. I had to be, I think, in fourth grade. Yeah, had to be fourth grade. Maybe I was around 10 years old. Um, yeah, but I just remember loving the show. I mean, even now I'll rewatch the original episodes. Um, and it's just very nostalgic, brings back memories when I was a kid and stuff like that. That's why I'm in love with base set Pokemon. Um, that always will be my favorite because that's what I grew up on, right? But in terms of the card game, so back then there were more card shops as well. And now in today's, I mean, the past year, maybe 2, 3 years, there's card shops opening up everywhere, which is cool. But there was a period in time where card shops were going out of business, and that's not to scare anyone who's opening a shop now. I'm just telling you, when I was a kid, like card shops were pretty much dying and closing. I used to have a bunch around my house um, in New York at the time. That's where I was living. And yeah, I just remember them closing year after year. One would close. This is like now we're talking about late '90s, right? Uh, and I just remember the ones that were open. I would go get some packs after school or whatever on a day off with some of my other friends. If whatever money we did have, which we were kids, right? So we just had a few bucks here laying around. Or we got some birthday money, whatever the case may be, and I would just go buy packs and like base set packs back then. I think were $2.99, $3 or $4. They were the card or comic shop would sell it for, if I remember correctly. And yeah, man, I just remember pulling the cards you see, that went crazy during COVID. I remember pulling those, and I didn't play the card game. I mean, I actually took care of my cards, believe it or not. Even back then, like I would just sleeve them up and put them in a binder. I'm pretty sure I did trade a little bit with my friends as well. That's what a lot of kids did back then. Um, for the most part, I loved ripping packs. I remember, and I would just sleeve them up and put them in a binder. That binder is no longer with me, and that I could get that a little bit after. But yeah, I remember like all the good stuff you see that's so expensive now. I remember seeing that in the shelves, whether it be Toys R Us, KB Toys, which if you're younger you don't know what KB Toys is. Hell, depending how young you are, you might not even know what Toys R Us is. I don't know who's watching this video. Both amazing stores, by the way. It's unfortunate that they're no longer here. I think Canada still has some Toys R Us open, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, as a child, you would love to go in there. I wish my daughter could experience that. But now kids these days can only experience Target, Walmart. Those aren't really toy stores, excuse me, per se. um, but yeah, I mean, I don't. I can't. I gotta be honest. I don't remember like seeing a sealed booster box. Maybe because I never had the money for that as a kid, and I would not be able to convince my mom or anyone in my family to buy that for me. She would just think it's a stupid waste of money, to be honest. So I'm lucky I got a couple of packs. I even remember like coming from school when I was younger. Sometimes my grandmother would like buy me a couple of packs as well. This one, fourth grade, whatever. Uh, she just buy me a couple of packs, give me like $8, $9. I could probably get like 3 packs, give or take. So that was fun, man. You know, I love seeing them, and I remember also another story. One of my close friends, his uncle. Uh, Now he had a sealed Wizards of the Coast. I'm pretty sure it was a base booster box. Yeah, from here he collected sealed stuff. His uncle, smart guy, way ahead of his time. I remember because every time we would go to his uncle's house to hang out, like his uncle would bring us to the basement and just show him. He would have them like stored in a cabinet or something. All different stuff, like not like tons of product. He would just only buy one or two of a few different items. But I remember he did some sealed Pokemon stuff. And again, I haven't spoke to this friend or his uncle in like years, you know, because we're talking about elementary school. So man, I wonder what he did with that box. If he still has it all these years, if he sold it during the boom, who knows? I'm sure he made a pretty penny, that's for sure. Again, no one knew what would happen with the Pokemon. I stopped with Pokemon. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit after that, and then I just stopped with cards altogether. And I went was playing video games, and that's it. And but another thing is that back then, when you get to a certain age, if you're still collecting Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh, like you would get made fun of. I'm not saying I condone this behavior, but I'm just saying how it's crazy how society changed and what's cool or accepted. Uh, you know, it's like a 20 years. I'm 36. What, 25 years maybe? 20 to 25-year difference can make. It's pretty crazy because you'll be made fun of, you'll be bullied, you'll be called a loser, a nerd, all these things back then if you were still collecting Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, at a certain age, right? But now it's like the cool thing to do. You see celebrities doing it. I mean, hell, there's like some MLB baseball players. I don't know if it was on the Brewers, Milwaukee Brewers, or another team. They were ripping packs in the locker room. You have celebrities ripping packs. People of all ages on YouTube. I mean, you see a lot of kids still enjoy it, which is good, right? But mainly it's like the adults who are just throwing tons of money into it, which is cool. And no one's judging anyone, right? It's acceptable, which is all good. But I'm just saying how it was back then compared to now, and I guess that's why a lot of people, especially around my age, just weren't in Pokemon for years, and I would say, and a lot of people came back during COVID, right? You had plenty of time at home, and they saw, like, wow, everyone's doing this now, blah blah blah. Let me either take out what I do have still, or I'm sure a lot of people have these thoughts. Oh, the regret. Damn, I should have never stopped collecting. Right? It is what it is. I mean, it's life. I mean, we can say that about so many things. I wish I did this. Wish I did that. But I'll fast forward a little bit. I joined the military. Came back home when I was 22. I still had that Pokemon binder from my childhood, and I just started clearing shit out of my room, back home, because I was getting into toys. Toys was actually pretty popular. I want to say 10 years. I mean, I know it still has an audience now, but I want to say there was a lot of like before all these Pokemon videos blew up. There was like toy videos or comic videos, but I was into the toy stuff, like people just going and toy hunting, things like that, like Marvel Legends, Star Wars, GI Joe, Transformers, you name it, vintage toys. So I jumped into that like full on. So anything I had from my childhood, I sold. Long story short, sold my Pokemon binder with near mint base set cards for nothing. And when I say nothing, I sold on eBay probably for like $70, $80. And I'm 36 now. This was when I probably did this when I sold that barn. I was probably 22, 23. So yeah, I made the wrong move. Right? Should have again. This is a regret, right? I went the toy route instead of going the Pokemon route, which I should have did the Pokemon route. But it is what it is. I wish I still had that binder, to be honest. But so yeah, so I mean it was very fun. But that's a regret. Another regret. Fast forward a little bit more. During COVID, I started watching all these videos. You know, I guess some of these investment type videos or holding the sealed products starting to come out, but it wasn't, I think, as crazy or as popular as it is now the past couple of years, because you can buy the product was accessible. You can buy the product cheaply. Like I remember Chilling Reigns, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies. I got cases of those. I only bought one case each, actually, one or two. I wasn't. I didn't have the money like that. I had a regular job and I had expenses back then, all that. I had paid for daycare for my daughter. I was working, paying for an apartment, all this other stuff. So I did what I could, right? But long story short, think about it: $600. I think it was like 600 or 650 for a booster box case. Excuse me, six booster boxes, sealed case for Evolving Skies. Same thing for Fusion Strike and Chilling Reigns, give or take. And I remember ripping some, and then I held some for a while, but I ended up buying a house last year. So, and I was trying to raise more money as much as I could, and I still had a bunch of toys that I've accumulated throughout my 20s to early 30s, sitting in the basement. Actually, in the basement of my grandmother's house, which she didn't use because I kind of stored everything there in boxes. And I had the case, anything Pokemon related, pretty much I got rid of also, which I shouldn't have. And this was like 2 years ago, give or take. I got rid of the Pokemon stuff, and then slowly getting rid of the toy stuff because toys take way. It's a lot slower. It sells a lot slower. I'll just say that, the toys. I'm trying to get the words out, and I'm thinking of the timeline because I want to say the correct information. So yeah, that's another regret. A case. Think about it: a case of Falling Skies, case of Fusion Strike, and Chilling Reign. Look at what they're going for now. But eventually I caught on. Now I just try to keep things simple. I mean, I see everyone, at least YouTubers, whatever, speaking about investing, and some people have like they throw massive amounts of money into it. Whatever. I mean, that's good. But everyone has their own financial, I don't know, plan or whatever they can afford, right? You see behind me, I restarted about last year. I'm doing 2 of each booster box for Sword and Shield. I don't have every set. I got whatever I could then, and I mean, my buy-in's pretty low. I could bring the camera there in a few minutes, and I'll explain it every price. I'll show you what I have. It's not much, but I'm building up slowly, little by little. Do have about 6 Pokemon Center ETBs for Destined Rivals coming in next week. I bought 6 of them for I think around 260, which I never. Yeah, a lot of money, but I'm confident that those will be high, and I'm holding long term. I'm not trying to sell within a year, 2 years. I'm talking about long term. I have no problem holding these days. I'm older. I'm a lot more patient. This is me 10 years ago. Then yeah, I will try to flip it as quick as I could just to make a couple $100. But I'm not like that anymore. I just put stuff on the shelf or whatever, let it sit there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I'm focusing on. It sucks that the buy-in right now is so expensive. These booster boxes for the new releases are like 200 plus, some 300. I mean, depending when you pre-order it. So I mean, it does suck. I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert with this stuff. I personally think it will go down and become a bit more normal, more stabilized. The issue is with the scalping. I don't know, man. It's just different. I mean, everyone's ripping packs. You have all these social media platforms. I'm not well versed in everything. I just started vending about 6 months ago, which I'm enjoying it, and I'm grading as well. That's pretty much what I do. I try to find raw, clean copies and send them in myself to get graded. I go through GameStop, which I think I say that in every damn video already. But I'm enjoying that. I do a little bit of everything. I do that. I'm trying to get at least some sealed product just to have that I think will be a good long-term hold. Um, and starting to keep some slabs that I get back from grading that I like a lot, and I'm gonna put in my display case over here. So I'm gonna start a little slab collection. I don't want too many things. That's the thing. I don't want to have clutter. I'm very like OCD, like everything organized and neat. And I just think about like I don't know. I know I'm only 36, but I think about like in 40 years. Like I don't want too much shit because I got to offload everything at a certain age, or because like right now, excuse me, right now I only have like a 7-year-old daughter. She's not really into Pokemon, so I don't know who I'm gonna give it to, and I don't want to try to sell a bunch of shit when I'm 70 or 80. So I know there's so many different ways I can think about going it, and I shouldn't worry about the shit right now, right? Still got time. Still got time on this earth, but point is, I'm trying to be more selective of what I buy and hold on to. That's the point, right? And I don't want to settle for other product since booster boxes are expensive. I mean, I see a lot of other people doing it, but it's just going to be. I'm telling you, just a little tip, a little advice. I mean, just be careful what you're buying. Booster boxes to me are the best. I know they're expensive. Um, Pokemon Center ETBs, I really don't mess with ETBs. I like them personally. I know I do see value in Pokemon Center ones, which I can never get myself because it just sells out like instantly. It feels like I wait in that damn lobby sometimes 2-3 hours, and I can't even buy anything after all that waiting. So that's why I pretty much gave up on this shit. Um, I see people like just since they can't get all this stuff, they're buying other things like these little poster collection boxes or the little booster bundles, whatever. I mean, I guess if you could get them close to MSRP, it's fine. But like, if you're buying tons of this shit because you can't get your hands on like the really good stuff, like think about the space, the money you're spending, but think about all the sets Pokemon's releasing. That's where I'm trying to get at. Like, are you gonna do this for every set that comes out? You know what I'm saying? Because they're releasing sets like crazy. That's what right? I mean, that's what it feels. It's very overwhelming, and I don't even buy a lot of seal stuff. I pretty much buy singles. Um, but so you gotta think about that. The space. What's it gonna look like in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years if you keep doing this? You're gonna you're gonna have tons of shit everywhere, and all like these booster bundles, these the 3-pack blisters, all this stuff. You just pick something that's pretty a safe bet. Again, booster boxes, Pokemon Center ATBs. I like also SPCs or UPCs. Those are cool too. I like to get a couple of those. I'm not gonna do that for every set because those are pretty decent sized box, right? They take up space. I have 3 of the 151s I got for steel like 2-3 years ago, and no one wanted them then. I should have bought more, but I really was in that time frame. I just like I don't know. That's the only thing I kept. That's the only thing I kept. I just went on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll show you. And I just like, let me get this. The box looks cute, cool with the Mew on it. I was like, let me hold on to these. That's the only smart thing I freaking did, and I held on to. So yeah, that's it. And so right now, again, I'm a vendor, part time as a hobby. No plans of doing this full time. No plans of opening a store. No plans on none of this. I just do it as a hobby for fun, to get out of my house once in a while, just to talk to other people who are big kids like me. I just like being around that environment. I'm always giving out deals, and this could be a whole separate video, like on the vendor side of things. But listen, obviously I'm there to make some profit, right, from the grading and all that. But I rarely say no to people, customers. I mean, I do know when someone's trying to lowball me, but I'll even again if they're buying multiple stuff from me, I'll give them 85 to 90%. I try to help out other people because there's people who sell and whatnot and all this other stuff or ripping packs or whatever they sell. They even tell me like, hey, can you do a little deal if I get a bunch of stuff? AKA I say shit too. But so I'm like, yeah, all right, 88%, whatever. I'd be like, all right, no problem since you're getting a bunch of stuff from me. Because some stuff takes a while to move, so that's why I'm like, let me just sell it at a little discounted rate so I can move it and get some new fresh inventory. It is what it is. Yeah, but I'm gonna show you what I got really quick here. Let me unplug this camera. All right, I'm using my phone by the way, and hopefully you guys can hear me well. I just got this mic that you see. So right now there's a lot of boxes here because I'm actually selling a bunch of crap. I had like a big Captain America statue there and some more toys in that case. This is all gonna be like Pokemon related. I'm changing that out. We're going straight up Pokemon themed. So yeah, let me just show you my booster boxes here. And hopefully, again, right now I'm staring at the back of my camera case. I mean, I should use the back lens, but whatever. So yeah, I got Paradox Rift, All these you see here, I got 2 of each: Paradox Rift, Twilight, Temporal, Stellar Crown, Surging Sparks, Journey. The Journey, I got those 2 with a trade on Facebook Marketplace, so I didn't pay any cash for it. But the trade value was around, I mean, $200 each at the time. I kind of just did like an equal trade with the person. I forgot what he wanted. Oh yeah, I gave him like maybe some Hidden Fate tins or something like that. I don't know. He has some other collection boxes too I got in the trade, but I ripped those packs. But everything else you see here, the most expensive one was Twilight. I got in at Twilight at 105. And all these I bought, again, around a year ago. Everything else, Paradox, Temporal, Stellar Crown, Surging, my cost or buy-in price was anywhere from like $88 to like 100. And I have it all written down in the collector app, and also I made a little spreadsheet. So that's all I have right now. I do have 2 of these. Got them at Sam's Club when they were in stock. So if you know what I'm talking about, they were $49.99. So I think those are definitely going to go up. Just the box art is nice. Got the Charizard theme, the little Charizard statue, and a nice mixture of packs. Then these bad boys, that's what I told you earlier. I got these through a Facebook Marketplace. I want to say in 2023. Got them for $75 each. Not even lying. $75 each. I had no idea what 151 even was. I was like, let me get some Pokemon stuff because I already got rid of all my damn cases of Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. And I was like, let me at least get something that's not too expensive. And these looked cool. And the dude, again, and also another reason, the person who was selling them at the time lived like 2 blocks away from me. So it worked out because my lazy ass doesn't want to drive too far. So I bought 3 of these, $75 each. I mean, you can do the math with that. And that's not me being smart or anything, by the way. Got lucky. A lot of this shit is luck, I'll be honest. Then, just some stuff I'm trying to sell. This is like all my inventory, not inventory, but like supplies I use for vending or from selling or selling stuff into get graded. Got all my stuff here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Let me put this back down. All right. Man, I'm not used to making these videos. My mouth is dry. Yeah, man, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just doing this to keep busy. I don't, you know, I mean, if you're young, you'll see when you get like 30 or older, man. A lot of a lot of your friends you grew up with, or even your best friends, you don't really see them ever. People start families. That's fine. So I spent a lot of time to myself, to be honest. But again, I bought my house last year, so that's why I sold a bunch of my toys and whatever Pokemon I did have at the time. I just tried to accumulate as much money as I could, and I put everything into the house, which I'm happy about. It's not like I just went out gambling for some nonsense or explore the world, which is, I guess, is cool for some people. I wanted to buy a house for me, my family, and be settled, start a nice adult life. So yeah, slowly buying stuff for the sealed collection. But yeah, man, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or some similar experiences, feel free to share. If you're looking for PSA 10 slabs, I do have some 9s as well. Message me on Instagram, or you can even comment here. But if you go on my Instagram, and the link should be in the description or something, I have some stuff on the eBay store, but just message me directly and I can send you photos or whatever. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your Labor Day, and until the next video.